Hope you're doing well. I am excited to see you today. And I have noticed I often wear my blue sweatshirt when I'm recording these. So I promise you, I have other outfits. I just really love my blue sweatshirt on recording days. That being said, I'm happy that you're here. If you're new to the channel, I would love it if you could please like and subscribe below. It just makes my heart a little happy, and I appreciate it a lot, so thank you. Today we will be covering a ride in Disney's Animal Kingdom. It's in the Dinoland USA section, or the Dino section, and it is called Dinosaur. Go figure, Dinosaur in Dinoland. Our first time to Disney, I didn't even know this ride existed, which was a good thing because my daughter was very young and this would not have been an appropriate ride for her. They do say it's appropriate for kids, but I'm going to come right out and tell you right now that it is, I'm going to say, a very intense ride for a non-roller coaster. So what I mean by that, before we even talk about accessibility, mobility, it's very bumpy, kind of like back, forward, up, down in your seat. Very bumpy. It is also in the dark, so if you don't like the dark, this isn't for you. There's some strobe light action going on. A lot of strobe light action going on. At the beginning, at the end, and a little throughout. Because, apparently strobe lights, I personally, for me, they're a bad thing. But for some people, they must love them. I don't know. And there's some fog. And then there's creepy animatronic dinosaurs that are like, there's one that's like eating a dinosaur. Anyway, and they're all in the dark. So that is the situation that is going on in Dinosaur. So just know it is going to be very loud, very bumpy, and a little flashy with the with the strobes. So hopefully just knowing that in general will be a help before we even get into anything else. It is great that there is a dinosaur ride, and it is great that the theming and stuff, just to start off with. So know that the ride is about dinosaurs and the theming is pretty good. The queue itself is accessible for a push chair, and it says it's accessible for they, what am I, bleh, for an electric, like, wheelchair. I don't know. They say it is, so it must be, because they wouldn't want people to get stuck in their queue. But I will tell you that the queue starts outside. You shouldn't have any issues out there. But when you go into the building, it's like a museum, and it kind of like weaves around in like this kind of like semicircle thing going on. And it may be tight with an electric chair, like really tight. So just something to think about. If memory serves, it is tight. But the chair itself, you should be... Sorry, I'm changing hands. I need to get a new tripod, or a tripod. If you watched one of my earlier videos, you quickly find out that I did have a tripod, and it was an epic fail. And so now my poor arm is getting very tired from holding this. Anyway, so back to Dinosaur. That being said, the queue itself, there are not stairs until you get to right before you load. And there is an elevator. I think it's off to your left. I think. But there will be a cast member there to tell you where to go. So do not worry. If my memory is not what it should be, then there will be a cast member there that will tell you where to go. But know that there is an elevator. The elevator will take you up to the platform. The elevator will also take you back down when you're done, because you load and unload in the same spot. Good to know. Also good to know, there is not a transfer board, to my knowledge. You do absolutely have to transfer out of your chair. So there is no ride that allows for your chair to go into it. So you have to be able to transfer from your chair into the ride and then back out. It is a small step up into the ride. Nothing that is jarring, probably, maybe. But it's better than the, like, oh my goodness slide down of Splash Mountain, right? So know that there's a little step up. The actual ride vehicle itself is like a wide, long Jeep vehicle. And it is a tight squeeze, shall we say. All right, I want to say there's like 5 people in a bench. I'm probably wrong, but it sits like across, like and everybody has like their own little butt spot where like so the it's not like a flat bench. It's like butt spot, butt spot, butt spot. There is no I don't know if butt spot was the right word, but we're gonna call them butt spots. Um, there are seat belts for you for each person. There is not an actual harness of any sort. There is a cushy bar to hold on to or to brace yourself if you're able to do that. Again, there's nothing behind your head, so your head will fly about. And there's each butt spot, and then it's like flat and then butt spot. So it's not like you're really jammed into your own little spot. Um, but the actual benches themselves are very like narrow, not a lot of leg room. So if you are a tall friend, it's gonna be a little squishy for you. Just know that. As far as loading in, loading out, this also may cause some issue because depending on how you load in, who's with you in your party, if you're able to transfer or not, just things to take into consideration. You may want one person to go in first, then the person that's transferring in second, and then someone else out to help them up and in third. If you don't need that, then maybe the person that's helping the person goes in first, and then the person I would hopefully you're in a party of 3 and that would work well if you're transferring. I just don't see anyone being able to like crawl up and around. Like some of the rides, like you can actually like if you're helping someone transfer, you can almost like get them in and then climb up and around them. This is not that situation. There's no way you're going to be able to do that. So just know that. Again, loud, intense, dark, strobing lights, fog, and very bumpy. Very, very bumpy. When you get off the ride, again, you'll have to like step down, if memory serves correct, into your chair. There's an elevator, and then you're good to go as far as going out. So there shouldn't be any huge issues with the exiting and the entering. It's really the ride vehicle itself. It's a fine ride. I have it just is not that you need to know this, but I have strobe issues and I was not clearly paying attention and did not realize that there were strobes. So just please be aware of that because that can ruin a ride for a person. I rode most of the ride with my eyes closed. So I can't tell you too much about the dinosaurs other than there were dinosaurs in the dark and they were big and creepy is what I was told. I can tell you it was very, very loud. So if you have someone that loud noises may trigger anxiety or something like that, this may not be the ride for them. But outside of that, it's a pretty, I mean, it's a good time. If you have any other questions or need of anything, please do not hesitate to comment, to reach out, and I will do my best to get a video out for you or answer your question back in the comments. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to chatting with you soon. Bye-bye.